Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? As you can see, I have Miss Lips here to talk about how she do. She's got pain you can't see, and how she copes with it on a daily basis. I know my YouTube is getting ready to start. Give me just 1 second. I always do that. I just have it up so that I can see the comments because the comments are faster than on StreamYard. I do have her Cash App scrolling at the bottom in the scroll for you guys. If you want to send her any Cash Apps, her Cash App is in the little scroll here. It will be in the description. As per usual, like I said on my last live, I only do that because I feel like if people are going to share a piece of themselves with me, the least I can do is put their Cash App, display their Cash App, and put it in the description. Whether you give, that's up to you. It's greatly appreciated either way. It's never expected, always appreciated. All right. So, Miss Lips, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Nice.
I'm actually doing good. I'm doing good. Work is kind of smoothed out, and that was my biggest stressor is work. But I love my job, so
Nice.
yeah. And we're not here to talk about me, so yeah. So would you care to share a little bit of your story?
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Well, start with like my back and stuff in the constant pains that I started from when I can remember. It'd be about 4, maybe 5 years ago now. We had a seasonal campground like site where we paid year round. When we kept our camper there year round, it was all set up, deck, all that good stuff. And we were setting it up. We were laying, like patio bricks and building a deck and stuff. And I started to like lose like bladder control a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. And all women when we're pregnant, cough, pee, all that good stuff. But it became worse than that. And it was just, oh well, you're a mom or this and that. Well, it was like 8 years or 6, 7 years after I had a kid. This is before the baby, and I just kind of dealt with it, and I started to get this pain, weird tingling, fire, hot, burning pain in my left hip. And it went on and on. They couldn't figure out what it was because they kept looking at my hip. So that's where my pain was. They looked at my hip. They couldn't really find much wrong. They did find a labral tear, which is the tissue that holds your joints, your bones and stuff together. There's a little tear in there. But they said that shouldn't be painful. I was like, oh, what's calling them liars and, all this good stuff. And doctors don't really like that. But I was in excruciating pain that was just taking me right out. I get up, I have a good 15, 20 minutes. I guess it started like an hour. I'd have an hour or so of time that I could walk around and do stuff, and I'd just be laid out like the rest of the day. Like to the point where your pain's so bad, you're just constantly moving around, trying to get comfort any which way. You're trying to create different kinds of pain so you don't have to deal with that pain, and it's just you just you're willing to try anything, and doctors aren't helping. And so I went to physical therapy, and that would make it worse, and they didn't believe me on it making it worse. And so finally they looked at my back. Oh, actually, I finally started having back issues. They looked at my back, and they found all kinds of stuff wrong. And then tied it to my hip and everything else. And I've been trying. Um, I've been trying to just kind of deal with it on my own for them 4 or 5 years or whatever. I've been dealing with it on my own. I know my limits. So now I know if I got something important to do, I know I can't really do much until it's time to go do that. And that's it's just like all I could do for the day. And then I my life just became that. I knew that I couldn't go and go shopping anymore. You know, I just couldn't. I had to leave that on my husband. I knew that I couldn't go take the kids and we could do like walking around like an amusement park. And so I knew I just couldn't do that stuff no more. So we avoided that. But I found out, you know, from therapy and stuff that avoiding that kind of stuff isn't the answer either. It's just not. You can't avoid life. You just can't. You can't avoid, you know, what the kids want to do. You just cannot avoid it. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And I became stressed. So there's pain there too. When you're stressed, your body does some weird things and causes extra pains and pains that you never had before, and heart pains, you know, just everything you can think of. Like depression set in, you know, and I had to find things to try to occupy myself. And YouTube came along, you know, just like it's just one thing after another, and I finally, you know, after pain clinic and therapies and physical therapies and chiropractors and I mean just everything you can think of, I'm finally at a point now where I did that trial that I was telling everybody about, that nerve stimulator trial where they put it in my spine through the outside of my body, and then they tape the battery that it goes to. There's two wires, and they stick them through your spine, like up, and they lay it underneath a couple bones so it kind of stays in place. And on the trial, they tape it to the outside of your body. But during the lifelong thing, they stick it on the inside, which I go on the 25th to have that happen. I pay for I think we have to pay 40%. I think it was because our insurance only pays 60%. And but like we've also had other issues here. I don't want to bring too much of it up, but we got neighbor issues here, which a lot of people have seen and heard about. That's been costing me a lot of money, and it's just like one thing after another. But like don't send me money on based on that. I'm just saying like the stress of not having it anymore, or the stress of needing to figure out how to get it, or stuff adds to that. The Is it groceries, or is it a tarp to put up to so we can go outside and sit in our yard? Is it like, you know, it's just choices that we're having to make around here. You know, school clothes or medicine, or you know, it's just like the choices we're making around here is just crazy, and it adds to the stress on top of the pain. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are so wonderful. Chronic, yeah, it's definitely all chronic. It's listed in my charts as all chronic. They gave me like a handicap placard and stuff, so I can use that, which helps me because I mean, walking across the parking lot is one trip across through Walmart, you know. Um, and that's about all I can do nowadays is walk maybe to the back. And then my kids know they have to get me a cart eventually once I do a couple aisles in the back. But they still want me trying. I did give up for a minute. I did. They got me a wheelchair. I did. I was using it. It was the only thing I could do. It was embarrassing. I'd get up and out of it, grab stuff, do this, sit back down, have the kids push me around. But that became so embarrassing. So embarrassing. So, and then kind of here I am.
Right.
Ask me anything. I'm an open book.
So it's a chronic back pain. I know you.
It's chronic. I think
or just
what I have
chronic all over.
I think I have a damaged nerve because once they were going to do the imaging and all that stuff to see if it was damaged, they skipped right over it. So they knew already that my nerve was already damaged. Yeah, I had a bulging disc that blocked all my nerves that went to my left side of my body, and which was, you know, why it was causing all the pains and stuff everywhere, including my back, because all my back pain was kind of geared towards the left too, in my buttocks in the back, right there. I'm just gonna push right there. And so I went in for surgery and they shaved off that whole bulge that was blocking those nerves. So they freed the nerves, and it freed all my back pain, like the back part of it. but it didn't do anything with my hip, nothing at all. And that was my main concern, because once using it is what's causing me the pain. Not using it, I can do. Nope, I didn't have I do got spurs, but they weren't bothering anything. And usually, if they take a spur off, this isn't everybody, guys. Don't get afraid, but they'll take spurs out, and your bones will collapse because your disc wasn't capable or used to holding all that weight. And so sometimes those spurs are good or need to stay there because they've held your bones apart for so long that, that disc isn't there to support it anymore. That I'm on all kinds. I'm on like 800 milligrams of gabapentin 4 times a day. It doesn't help at all. I'm on Suboxone, 3 strips, or 1 strip 3 times a day. That's not helping for anything. Other than it's an opiate blocker to where I can't take anything opiate-wise to help my pain. What else was it? So after, once they realized that the releasing the nerves or whatever didn't stop the hip pain, they knew that it was damaged at that point, or could also be pinched in between my back and my hip somewhere. I looked online, and the only thing I could find that matched all my symptoms was called like a piriform muscle, Piri, and the word form, FORM. And if it's inflamed, which I do get a lot of inflammation because steroids will help, and then when I'm off them, they're not helping no more. But it gets, it's okay, good. But I'm so hungry. You can go get me something. Make some noodles or something, please. Thank you. And if it gets inflamed and stuff, it will put press on your nerve back in there and cause all that pain. That could be what's going on. I did talk to the doctor about it. They were going to give me an injection, because I've been getting injections and stuff too, and none of them are working, because injections are for geared more towards like arthritis pain and stuff, and that's not what I have, so that's why they're not working. That's how another way they will figure out if it's nerve or not, is they'll try, treating you for other things, and if it's not that, if it doesn't work, then last thing is kind of a nerve. So they were going to try to do an injection on that, but I already got my surgery and stuff before that, so I don't know. I missed my appointment is what happened. Had some issues here with my neighbors and everything, and cops came, and yeah. So I missed my appointment.
Right. And I know you're a big proponent of medicinal marijuana.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to speak on that? I mean,
Sure.
Me personally, I can't do the whole marijuana thing. It just freaks me out. But
really,
yeah.
Some people say that. I get a lot of people say that. Have you tried different strains?
No, just, but this was back in the 90s when it was all illegal, right? So,
it was a lot weaker back then, though.
Well, then I probably wouldn't do good with anything out now.
If you do, I suggest an indica. It brings you more downish and sleepy. And then there's your sativas that are kind of like an upper, you get up and clean the house, kind of anxiety type thing. So
yeah, me personally, I know I can't smoke it because I like to feel my lungs fill with air, and with me it was like numbing. It was, well, no joke, it was numbing. Like I couldn't feel my lungs expand or contract.
Yeah.
And that's why I was freaking out, because I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have control of the situation in your body. That's why I've never been to take like acid and stuff. You can't come down from it. I like to be able to control what's going on. Yeah.
But yeah, I know Now, depending on what state you're in, I know that medicinal marijuana is legal in several states. The state that I live in, it's actually legal here. They've decriminalized marijuana. So, and I think that's great. I think they need to do that with all 50 states because some alternative medicine, or especially pot or marijuana,
Been around
I know, but just the benefits, like MS patients, seizure patients, even just the tinctures. Yeah.
It's saved. It's cured. I mean, they say that RSO, which is Rick Simpson oil, which is made from the plant, rubbed on the guy named Rick Simpson. He rubbed it on his skin, a skin cancer patch on. He did it for like 30 days or something like that, and it cured his skin cancer. He's got a big story about it if you just look up Rick Simpson or Rick Simpson oil. But yeah, I didn't know it had all those benefits, and realize I knew it helped me, but I didn't know why growing up, because I've smoked it, since I was probably 13. But I've always needed it. I've always, I can't say I needed it when I was 13, but my anxiety attacks, my panic attacks, I guess they're more panic, or I guess I don't know what they are. But I had them often, and I don't think I have them at all. I'm not saying I don't get mad and stuff, but I don't panic anymore like I used to.
Yeah, and you're really young too, right? I mean, you're still in your 30s.
Yeah. I'll be 40 this year, but.
Well, you're still a baby.
I wish. I just had a baby.
Well, yeah. I just, I mean, I know I've been to your channel, and I know that you're a strong proponent of the medicinal marijuana because I know it's helping you.
I never took like gummies or anything like that because I never found benefits for it until I had all this pain. This year, I started taking gummies, on a regular basis, not to get a buzz, but I take like 2-3 gummies. It depends on, if I had to go anywhere or not. And they actually were geared more, well, for me, toward, I felt it more in my body and not just a head buzz. Yeah, ooh, hi, and it was working. I could get a few hours out of myself instead of just that 10 minutes like I was getting. And
right.
Yeah, and that on top of, everything else I'm doing. I didn't put anything else, but I'm not taking anything pain-wise other than, I guess the gabapentin. And they say that that's the Suboxone, I guess, some people might help for pain, but don't help for nerve pain. I had to have a doctor, my Suboxone doctor used to be an anesthesiologist for like 40 years, and he said that he could write me out the highest amount of milligram of morphine and it still wouldn't help nerve pain, the pain that I'm having. I said, what? I guess that it kind of explains how much pain I'm in.
Right.
But it gets my heart fluttering. It gets, I guess even the weed or marijuana, I guess, whatever you guys want to call it. I think it's funny when people say do weed, though. I do got to mention that. I do weed or I don't do weed. It's kind of funny. You smoke it. But I guess you don't anymore. I guess it's not all smoking anymore. So, but it does, even when I'm in a situation where I'm in a lot of pain, I'm kind of squirrely right now because I was just outside doing some stuff. I'm in a lot of pain right now, but you can hear it in my voice, and you can kind of if you'd see me on camera, I'm over here. I'm just kind of wiggling, and I'm just, and it's just constant. It's but the marijuana will calm that down too. Them kind of things, and it doesn't take away your pain, but it will help all the other things. It'll calm everything else around the pain.
Right. And I can't imagine suffering with panic attacks. I can legitimately say that I've never had a panic attack. So I feel extremely blessed.
Your heart races. You feel like it's you're scared. You're everything is just all happening at once. You're you want to find a hole and crawl in it, and you want everything to just be better. Like, you can't control it. With you being a control freak, imagine losing control of just everything, your mind, your body, everything. You wouldn't be able to handle it, and you freak out because you can't handle it even more. It's really bad.
Right. I just,
and
personally,
sometimes they come on for no reason. You might see something and it might trigger. Hear something and it might trigger. My son was like being extra nice to me when I was upset the other day, and it triggered when I was with his dad. He was always up to something, recording, or he was gonna like just do something awful, or just that's a whole other story, is that life. But like, I just got PTSD from that life. I would wake up with rusty fishing spears in my bed with my kids and guns and just weird things. And he'd videotape me in the bathroom. I had to go in there and pee. He'd run outside of the house and run to the window and see what I was doing. Paranoia. I just had to live that life for 13 years. So like, this weird things trigger it. Weird things.
Right. Wow. I mean, I know I suffered a little bit of PTSD after being away from my ex, but I've kind of worked through that now, because I used to jump at like any male voice. If there was a low male voice and they would walk up behind me and start talking, I would jump. Like, it would freak me out. Now, not so much, but I'm not around. I work with a bunch of women, so I'm never around like men that much. So it's sort of calmed down. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Hats off to you. I know that you've got a baby and you've got kids, and you're still doing the things. You're a true warrior. You really are.
I have to. Nobody else is going to do it. I thought that, like, when I had my surgery back in December, the disc surgery, that I could count on, like, my husband, because it's all boys here but me and the baby, and my kids to help. And, they had intentions. They tried, but it wasn't my way. It wasn't the right way, and it wasn't done right. Like, I would end up in there'd be 6 pop cans next to my bed right here, because like, they wouldn't take my old one when they brought me a new one. It just, they wouldn't clean the sink out after the dishes. Oh god, that's the grossest thing ever. And like right now, the baby's kind of between my room and the living room, and we kind of got it locked all down, and our toys everywhere, and it just feels like a big pigsty and a mess. And I see that 777 made a big old clip video on one of her clip channels of my house when I walked through it, and the baby had passed out on the floor. She had her stuffed animals all hugging them, and I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. I've never seen her pass out on the floor like that, but that's a bad thing to her, and it was good enough for her to put on a hate channel, and she named it Cribs with Lips and stuff like that, like MTV Crib, yeah. And brought my neighbors through it and stuff too. Construction going on. Like, yeah, there's reasons. It's toys. It's kids' toys. It's not dirt. It's not bugs. It's not this. It's not that. You wouldn't find a bug in my house. Maybe a fly, because we live next to a farm. But like, just when the neighbors, and it was actually the day after the neighbors were being crazy, and they were actually still being crazy that day too. So we had taken our bed and brought it out in the living room, so that we were away from this side of the house, because they're doing loud music, yelling obscenities and threats into my kids' bedroom. So we moved everything out there, so that we had a bed out there, and like, yeah, like that kind of stuff shouldn't. I don't know. That hurts even worse, And when people come here to YouTube, we come here to get away from that stuff. We come here because for lots of many reasons. We all have our reasons, but 90% of us are here to get away from that. We have a different life here on YouTube, and it's becoming that. It's becoming real life. And if we can't come here to release and to get away, then we lose everything. Like all you guys, I've made a lot of good friends on here that I consider friends. A lot of people have my phone numbers and my direct email and my real email, and stuff like that. Like you got my direct. Just I don't know what I would do laying, when I'm in the hospital and all that stuff. Where I would go, and I've already watched every episode on every show that I like. I've done all that. I'm sure lots of us have. There's not much we can do when we're suffering. To have to go to our getaway place and have to suffer there too. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine. Mods, I forgot to ask you guys this. Could one of you guys, Lips does have a channel. If one of you guys could link her channel in the chat for me, would be much appreciated. She's done some work on Summer's case. A lot of it she hasn't released. And she's
I'm in the process right now. I put out one, was it today or yesterday? I'm just gonna start doing that. I'm gonna make them real quick, easy videos because I'm OCD and everything had to be perfect and cool. But I'm just not even gonna play around with that because look at how long it's taken, and what took away from that was the fighting here on YouTube. I couldn't do it no more. I was too busy defending myself all the time. And when I made that pact with my subscribers that I wasn't going to be that channel and I wasn't going to be that person, I kind of didn't have no interest in really even being live anymore because that's all it was. So now a lot of people that subscribe to me lost that. It's just a lot of people are suffering from the ones that like to cause the suffering. I guess I don't want to put anybody certain out there, but
right.
And those people suffer too.
Yeah, they do. Hurt people actually hurt people. So
that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm looking over here so that I can go find Lips's link, guys. I've got two screens, and this is my StreamYard screen, and this is my YouTube screen. Give me one moment, and I'll find her for you guys and link her in the chat.
Yes, you have half pint.
She is actually, fun fact, guys, we share the same birthday.
Yes, we do.
So if you hear it on her channel, it's my birthday too. It's in November. I think it's actually Guy Fawkes Day overseas. Guy Fawkes. Remember the 5th of November is it's a movie. The movie V.
Okay, yeah.
For Vendetta. It's about Guy Fawkes. That was November 5th was when he tried to blow up the British Parliament. I think I'm not. That's okay, Miss Ellen. I got it.
There's somebody else on here named 5th of November. I see him over Doug's channel, maybe, or the lab or something. But
I'm pretty sure if Queen Nessie was in here, she could actually correct me. But I do believe Guy Fawkes Day was the day he planned. November 5th was the day that he planned to blow up the consulate, embassy, something in Britain. Yeah, it was a whole thing. It was supposed to start a revolution. It never came to fruition, and he passed away in the gunfight or the subsequent gunfight. But it's a holiday over there because it happened a long time ago.
It was an interesting day at all. I've always wanted people to share it, and I think I've only my whole life maybe met 2 people. It's crazy. And then another thing funny is my birthday. I don't know if you do that, but I get on gung ho for Halloween, and I don't even remember it's my birthday until the day after Halloween, and I see that it's November 1st. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, I was a late birthday present for my dad. My dad's birthday is the 2nd, so I could never.
I was just one of those things. My dad's birthday is the 3rd, and I was his late birthday present. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow, we sure that too.
Yeah. But Another little fun fact, because I was born 2 weeks early. You know what my mother and father were doing on Valentine's? Most people that are
Yeah.
born in early November, they're Valentine's babies. So
Oh,
just a little fun fact.
I didn't even know that either. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy how we are all
I've been
connected.
doing that every year, and then because my sister was exactly a year later on December 5th, my brother ended up in like August or so, but like end of August. But yeah, they 3 minutes after midnight. Oh, I still would have called her Halloween baby. I would have just, you know.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize till this year that, our respective birthday is a week after Halloween. It was sort of like, it just sort of hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm like, wow, cool, okay.
I just always kind of, I always, because I like Halloween, it's fun. And I always just kind of got overexcited over Halloween, but I've never, ever, ever had a Halloween birthday. It's just the weekend before.
Right. Right.
It's like,
yeah.
Never had a Halloween birthday.
So have you ever had anybody who is really into astrology tell you that they couldn't be your friend because you were a Scorpio?
No.
I have.
Well, I mean, lots of people are afraid of them, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Scorpio, you like that?" But I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just depends on how you're raised too. Because my mom was a Cancer, and I know I have a lot of her traits. Like she would yell and just be done with it, never hold a grudge, never would bring it up, and I'm like that. Like if I can vent, I'm good, right? I'm over it. I don't hold grudges, but my dad does. He's really bad about holding grudges.
What's the end of April for astrology?
End of April? I am not for sure. I can Google it.
It's really no biggie. That's my mom, and she's awful. Oh my god, she's so awful, and she's never wrong, and I'm always the bad guy. Oh my god. But yet we're exactly alike. We are exactly alike. We talk alike. We look alike. Everything about us is alike.
It's Aries or Taurus. I think Taurus is the 1st of May. Hey, Ange Carter. How are you doing?
I do got a question about that, though. I heard earlier this year and looked it up that the astrology stars and stuff, the dates have all changed.
Yeah, well, I'm too old to change my astrological sign.
Okay, so that's okay. So they did change, but it's just up to us, kind of thing, or I don't know.
They did update it, but I'm like I said, I'm too old to even like 1974. Right. I'm ancient by this time, so yeah, I'm not changing it.
Our kids can deal with the new astrology stuff.
Yes,
we'll just go out with the old. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Because otherwise, it changes ours, and I didn't like that. Because I'm exactly a Scorpio. How can you change me? I'm not. That describes me. It's it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of Scorpio traits. I mean, the one thing that I do have is if I like you, I really like you, and if I don't like you, you'll know it. And that's typically a Scorpio trait.
I didn't know that. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, but other than that, I'm pretty easygoing. I think I have more Cancer traits than probably Scorpio because, like I said, I was around my mom most of my life, and she was very forgiving, and just if she could vent, she was okay with it. I don't feel like for me personally.
I've held for quite a while, even like here at home, like my husband went, changing up my day when he got home, and yes, he told me last week, but I forgot, So then, like, I still am kind of mad at him. He's been on here for a half hour. I'll get over it after a couple hours, but like, geez, I don't know why.
Right.
Like, I'll probably hate my neighbor for the rest of her life. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I don't want to keep you on too long. I know that you are you are fidgety and you probably need to go and do things. Is there anything that you would like to share with my subscribers? Any words of wisdom or cool advice or anything?
Be you. Don't be somebody else. If you feel strongly, if your opinion is strongly geared one way or another, go for that. Don't speak up for yourself. Don't speak up, but yes, speak up for yourself and don't hold back. Don't do something because somebody else is doing it. Do you. Just to be you. And that here in real life and on YouTube, in stuff will start changing for all of us if we can just be us.
Right.
And that's my big thing. I just want everybody to just be them and speak for how they feel. And don't be a follower, be a leader.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Miss Lips, thank you for sharing your story. Yeah. Well, you're welcome here anytime.
Yeah.
So
I'll admit I wasn't subscribed before. But I found it now. I found it.
Well, it is quite all right. I'm just a smaller channel anyway, which is kind of great here. Like everybody just gathers around and shows love. Anybody in the chat have any questions for Miss Lips?
Yes, I can answer questions before I go. Somebody asked about patches. I think it was Tim. The pain patches. I have a whole bunch in the cupboard. I can't get that. I didn't ever know where to put it because I didn't know where my pain was stemming from. So it just never worked on me. I'm sure it numbed my skin and all that, but it didn't help my nerve pain, no. Because it's deep down inside my hip. I can't touch it. I can't do anything to make it better. Checking. There she is. Now, I love all of you that are in here. I see a lot of people I call friends in here. Cute.
Yeah, checking is my sister from another mister. So is Chrissy and yes, and Kim Maple Syrup. She's just the sweetest little thing on the YouTube streets.
Yes, I found her too. She is so sweet. Tim, all of them. I see.
Yeah.
B. Yeah, Prissy, Frankie.
Yes. And even Kimmy, I love Kimmy to death. Ishtar Kimmy, she is like, when I want to go and if I just want to relax and listen to cool music, I go to Kimmy's.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and if nobody has any questions, I don't see any.
I don't either.
But I'm going to go ahead and do roll call. Lips, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You guys have a good one. And just remember, just be you, okay? Love you.
Love you too. All right, guys. So I'm going to do roll call. And just, shout out everybody that was here. The King of the Streets, Jamie. Looking forward to our Saturday date. For chaperones, I'm not going up on panel, but we'll have a good time in Rabbit's chat. It's the YouTube prom over there. On Saturday, I guess at 9 p.m. Eastern. Prissy, as always, thank you. Half Pint, Kimmy, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing support. I'll put up another community post for people to go and follow you. Mayor, I love ya. Tattoos and Unicorns, Ellen Smith, Carrie, Kim Maple Syrup, Oppositional Effect, thank you for being here. Monique, thank you for being here. Mad Hatter, thank you for being here. Red's Paradise, thank you for being here. Music City Mom 2, thank you for being here. Checking Convictions, as always, sister, thank you for being here. Tim Up, 2 Down, got to represent, right? The 2 Up, 2 Down. Am I doing it right? Probably not. Backwards. It stands for Virginia. Half Pint, thank you for being here. I know I probably said your name. I'll probably say it 1,000 more times before I get done with scrolling down here. By the way, I have my contacts in and I can actually see the screen, which is pleasant. EFF, thank you for being here. Charlotte, Ann, thank you for being here. Let's see here. Frankie Hopkins, my love, thank you for being here. As always, B, thank you for being here. Janica, thank you for being here. I always forget to greet you in Rabbit's chat. I always forget, and it's not. I see you fly by, and then I see some. I'm sorry. It's my bad. I am absolutely sorry, and I hate that. So I'm trying to get better at that, Janica, about greeting you because you are always in all the chats that I'm in. Kristen, thank you for being here. B, I know I said your name, but thank you for being here. Jaded, thank you for being here. You're such a sweetheart. I always see you on the YouTube street spreading love and kindness. And at the end of the day, it's White Heart Nation everywhere. We got to start being the one. If we want to see change, we have to be the ones to make the change, right? Ange Carter, beautiful. I love you. Thank you for being here. Mayor, thank you for being here. I think I am at the end here. Lips, thank you so much for being on my panel guest today. I will try to make an effort to be in more of your lives when you go live. Guys, I am going to end this here. I am going to, I'm going to end it the way I always do. We're not promised tomorrow. And we're not promised tomorrow. Reach out to a loved one that you haven't talked to in a while or someone that you just want to reconnect with and just let them know that you care. As always, smile at a stranger. They'll either think you're crazy or they'll smile back. To me, that's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. All right, guys. Izzy Pop, I'm praying for you, love. I hope you get the results that, yes, and I'm praying for you. You absolutely are in my prayers. Much love, Miss Izzy, our favorite cat on the YouTube streets. Guys, be kind out there. We've got one life to live. Let's share kindness and love and not hate, okay? Much love, guys. Peace out.